At Paddock Classic Car Restorations in New Britain, chrome shines and paintwork pops. But these days the shop talk centers around this.
We blow the cobwebs off all right, yeah. There's no cobwebs left on that thing.
We're bringing back a piece of history here.
Just off Columbus Boulevard, the historic and the hydraulic meet. This project has some horsepower behind it. The Connecticut State Police Museum, with the help of the Hometown Foundation and Paddock Restorations, are bringing new life to this old state police truck. Jerry Longo is director of the State Police Museum.
We're trying to preserve a piece of World War II history, a piece of Connecticut history, and turn that into a rolling museum.
It's a 1942 Chevy 1.5-ton truck.
The plan is to take the high road.
This will roll to DARE graduations, parades, and I'd love to park this thing on the front lawn in front of the Big E, the Connecticut building, and have history rolling through so that they could see it.
Between the Connecticut State Police Museum, the Paddock Classic Cars, and the Hometown Foundation, this project is 100% privately funded. The hope is the Chevy will be ready to roll by August.
It's a bunch of people that have come together to make sure that this vehicle comes to life.
A vehicle to educate that's just now getting up to speed.
Wow. That's what we want. We want a wow.
The State Police Department's 118 years old this year, and we're part of the history of the state. But to educate and to give back to others in some way is what we're all about.
In New Britain, Jim Altman, Fox 61 News.